You guys are so iconic. I mean, this show is legendary, but of course, with that comes what I would imagine to be a hard life in the spotlight. For each of you, being in the public eye for so long, what has been the hardest part? And is there anything that you want people to know? I see Jennie thinking over there.
Well, I mean, first of all, we're super grateful. Like, we appreciate every fan out there. Without them, there wouldn't have been a show. It's such a fun, like a cool thing to think, like, what do you have that you pass down to the next generation? And for so many families and women out there, it's our show. And that's just a cool thing to be a part of, especially raising women ourselves.
I think that the fans are the least of your concerns as a celebrity. The fans are what you do it, the reason why you do what you do. Yeah. And I think like all the other stuff that comes with being in the industry that we're in, you have to learn how to handle it. You have to learn what works for you and what doesn't, and what works for Tori might not work for me and vice versa. But we learned at such a young age that I think we really have an advantage because we know what we're dealing with. We know the beast. We just know how to survive like that.
Sure.
We've developed really thick skin for 30 years, having to just deal with, all the amazing stuff, but also the negative people too. Nowadays it's social media and cyberbullying, but we had our version of it back then. It was just very different. But yeah, you just have to navigate it and not take things personally, which is still really hard.
But you guys do it, and you do it with grace. Will your kids rewatch with you? Do you feel like they're of age to, have they ever seen the show?
My girls have seen it, yeah. They're older and they've all watched most of it, if not all of it, but they loved it. And it's crazy how they watch it and it stands the test of time. Like, it's still relevant to them what is happening, and they're still like enthralled and can't wait for the next episode. So I think that's cool.
Yeah. Tori, what about for you?
I feel like when they watched it, they thought you were cooler.
Yeah.
They had a new appreciation for you. That was nice to watch. My kids are younger, so when the little, like my oldest are 12 and 13, and when they watched it, I tried to show them once, and they didn't recognize me from the show. They were like, they found Jennie right away, and they were like, where are you? And
what?
So yeah, that traumatized me a little bit. And I was like, I don't look that much older. So, but now, like with BH 90210 happening last summer, and they got to, hang out with the rest of the cast, and the cast kids, like they were all together on set all summer. They really got back into watching it. So my oldest two, they're still in season 1, but
okay, all right.
They'd rather watch Full House old episodes, but what can you
do? Really? I'm gonna tell Candace Cameron that. That's so funny. Tori, you shared this amazing picture. I think it was you, Jennie, and Brian Austin Green, and you just said what amazing parents they are. Of course, Brian's been in the media a lot lately. Megan Fox has questioned why he's using his children on social media. Anything you want to say to his character and how you think he is as a parent?
Both of us are very protective, and this will definitely be something that we'll probably bring up on the podcast. But that picture was kind of unrelated. I think we're starting to bring up old pictures and Mount Swinnow and the cast, and because we're starting the podcast, and it was just kind of nostalgic. And I actually was just looking through pictures from last year when we did BH 90210, and I found that picture. And I was just having a moment where I was thinking how proud I am of these two people that were, my childhood friends, and one's a man, one's a woman, and they're both such dynamic parents that really do it, like they do it all. And I don't know, I was just having a moment.
Jennie, how did you feel seeing that post? I mean, she praised you as well.
I know, she's always so nice. Being a mom is my favorite thing to do, so it's so nice to hear that you think I'm doing it well, Tor. Thank you. I've loved to, over the years, watching you be a mom. I never ever in my wildest dreams thought you'd have 5 kids. But I love it, and I love each one of them, and just watching you grow into the person you have to be to raise 5 children. It's so nice to see.
But also, like, Jen and Brian and I were the youngest. So that's why the three of us have this really special bond. And to have gone on this journey and now be parents to so many kids between the three of us, that it's just, yeah. I mean, I could never have pictured Brian being the type of dad he is. You know, he was a little boy. He was a teenage boy.
Wait, 3, 5, 8, and 3, 11.
That's a lot of kids.
11 kids.
12.
Oh, oops, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at math.
She's not good at math.
That is so exciting, though. You're right, and it does seem like he's a good dad. So I like that.
He's an awesome dad.
This new podcast idea is so exciting, especially for someone like me, a super fan. How did the idea come about? What inspired it?
I think we sort of started to get really nostalgic when we learned it was the 30th anniversary of the original show, and just we got to be with each other a lot last summer, and we need to continue that. We have so much fun when we're working together, so we're always looking for opportunities to put projects together that we can hang out with each other on.
When was the last time that you guys actually went back to the beginning and watched the series? I mean, from that first episode.
We haven't.
Yeah.
You've never gone back and watched?
It's going to happen with our listeners.